That's where they brought the horses in to water them. All right, going into the gates of Fort Worth, right past Fort Parkway. So when I was reading stuff about the Baxter nerve compression, if that's what it is, because it hadn't been diagnosed by a doctor, but I'm just doing online stuff. It's the right amount of walking, the right amount of food. It's not too much exertion and it's not too little. So I remember when I broke my ankle during frog in his throat, I had to wear a brace. So I'm wearing the brace sometimes, and then sometimes I don't, depending on how I feel. And I do remove it, and I do wear it at times. So, but I won't be jogging anytime soon, because that would be exerting too much. Hello, sweetie. All right, trying to get some cat food. Kind of like communion for Charlie's. Philly stick. A little bit of lemonade. Okay. It's called the Z-Bar. I'm gonna try the oatmeal. Nope. Thank you. Get some chicken. Yeah, it says to stay away from red meat, so chicken might be good.
Let's see if it cracks fire. Ooh, it does taste like the popsicle. Oh, okay, well, thank you.
Grade dropout, and I was being going anywhere. You went and got me a good teacher.
There's baby kitty. This is your baby kitty. Yes, you kitty. You don't belong in here. Come on. That's a better kitty.
I love a vacation from my miserable life. Granddaddy only wanted one Swiss Army knife. Can't have it all. This creates trouble and strife. It's always double for low life, double for low life. Just one vacation, my miserable life. Don't tell the kids I'm going with wife, and dreamt of the kingdom with a castle and mounts, a giant staircase to a beautiful old house. Can't have it all. This creates trouble and strife. It's always double for low life, double for low life. day. Some chicken and rice. Can't have it all. This creates trouble and strife. It's always double for low life, double for low life, double for low life.
All right, that was I haven't done it in a while. Low Life without the intro. I'm gonna have to work on the intro because I've got all these different ideas for the intro, but that's just the meat of it. And I kind of fell back in love with the guitar real quick. I don't know how long the relationship's gonna last, and the songs and things like that. But I don't know. I practiced yesterday or last night or the night before, and then today. So welcome to the Please Subscribe Show. It's Monday, July 28th, 2025. It's about 97 degrees outside, even though it says 99. It's probably like 96, 97. And remember, it is summer. It's 2025, and it's hot as hell. Turn this on right here, and just watched Isabel's page, new little, her thing about leaving and all that stuff, and being sad and everything like that. And I like the filters she uses, and it's real creative and fun to see people get real cinematic and stuff. Haven't got there yet, but I might, if we get the werewolf movie going on, the Texas werewolf movie, I might send an email out, as maybe certain scenes like the dream sequences and stuff. I might use her for cinematography, but I wanted to give it to Grim Life Collective because I like Michael's work as a photographer, and just and they're pretty good actors and stuff like that. I wrote a couple roles for them. All right, headed for a hot spot. Fort Worth area, about 1.1 mile from here. I know these are really hard to hear, so I'll try to talk into them like this because they're all called Portrait. Yeah, it's Portrait. All right, we got if you can hear me, we got a 7-Eleven, 0.3 miles, 1 minute, 5:02 ETA. We are headed to 7-Eleven. All right, and we're gonna pick it up and drop it off at your doorstep. I know Portrait, and also going in through this little cable thing, you can't always hear me, so I'm gonna kind of talk up for that so you can hear me. 7-Eleven's coming right up this way. And I mean, it's major cinematic, man. High quality filters with long lenses. I mean, we're talking Portrait, baby, all the way. iPhone 11. All right, been doing it for 5 years. How's that for progression? Anyone wants to fund it, I'll buy the best camera on the market. All right, looks like the temperature is 96 degrees Fahrenheit. Went with the cinematic scope on this one. Like someone wanted some alcoholic beverages. And it's coming to your door. White Claw from the White Man. Technology is wonderful. We're in these jams and you're backing up. Isn't that great? And you got a truck right here. I just, you don't even have to turn your head like that. You don't have to go like that anymore. You just keep your thing straight forward, like a robot. All right. Hey, that's an Audi over there. Also, we got emergency jarring braking as well. And the little thing that beeps when it tells you to fall asleep. Well, that's a helpful one. All right, let's not talk about that anymore. Woo! Hey, Forerunner, how you doing? Good day. Big fans of the show. All right, 1.3 miles, 6 minutes, 5:13 on arrival. That little drum beat there was from Richard Ramirez Died of Natural Causes, Sun Kill Moon. One of their songs about this guy. Haunted California, the 80s. Man, was that a scary time. Linda and I, we wrote a song kind of about the movie Zodiac, and also it was called Zodiac, a little bit based on this idea of Mark Kozalik's genius. It's actually pretty good. You might could find it, you used to find it on Drupal, and they got rid of all of Drupal. Drupal's no longer a community site for musicians. It's zilch. It's gone. Just like Poetry.com. We had 3 albums on it. Let me switch over. corner over there. All right, this one's going to Cookie Crumble, 0.4 miles, 2 minutes. We'll arrive at 5:32 p.m. on the arrival. Let's see if this puppy kicks in. It's old iPhone 11. All right. And that's the way the cookie crumble. Sneak right through that bank right here. Simmons Bank. Off to Payway. Get to the fortune later. All right. This Payway is going 2.6 miles. 10 minutes. We'll arrive at 5:58 arrival time p.m. Always under construction. That's our lives. Always under construction. Never completed. So they get the cookie crumble and some good Chinese food. Gonna have some Asian food. Payway is probably Asian food. You want to have some good cookies. And I'll have one of these later as a little reward. Get to that later. I'm not real parched right now. Alrighty. So in the heart of the Smiths, I guess low life, I could hear some of that because I listened to so much of the Smiths growing up as a young boy. Okay, I gotta go. I'll talk about it later. All right, this Torchy will arrive at 6:22 arrival, 6 minutes, 3.6 miles. All right, this one's going to Szechuan. Arrival time 6:30 p.m. 3 minutes, 0.4 miles. Let's see if this baby gets started. Good to go. In 1988, Michael Apted directed a movie called Gorillas in the Mist, which is loosely based on Jane Goodall, primologist. She studied primates. She's on the wall in this.
Yeah, that's good.
probably 95, 6.
Yeah, I told the dude in there, Jane Goodall, she's still alive. She's 91. She was born in the 30s. Yeah, she studied primates. She's English. But she came here for Fort Worth, for the Fort Worth Zoo. She ate some Chinese food. Probably the reason why that place, that Szechuan place, is still around. The reason why I know this is because I'm a primate. Well, I act like one sometimes. All right, the Szechuan arrived, 6:47 arrival time, 7 minutes, 4 miles. Looks like you actually took everything and the kitchen sink. It's a kitchen sink right there, right next to the dryer or washer. All right, Torchy Tacos. All right, Torchy Tacos. We will arrive 6:53 in the PM, 3 minutes, 0.7 miles. Let's see if this baby works. All right. Here we go. Click it or pick it. Got it. During COVID time, I think it was this house. There was a lady that lived in it. She was really, really scared. She would always stay right behind the glass on drop-offs. If this is mistletoe, looks like it's vacant right now. Yeah, it's mistletoe over there. That was it, I think. Or it could be this one over here. Let me see. There's 3 mistletoes. So it'd be weird with delivery. We're going to Torchy Tacos. Let me see. No, it might have been this one. No, it's Harrison. Okay, so then there's another mistletoe down here, I think. Uh-huh. Yeah. No, that's Magnolia. Then that one's mistletoe. That's the big mistletoe one. Yeah. Yeah, Mistletoe Boulevard was that one right there. I think it was that one. Maybe that one. One of the ones, I don't know. She always just kept the door shut during COVID time. You just drop it. She's like, drop it at the door. She had a mask on behind the window. Damn good. All right, this Torchy Tacos will arrive at 7:14 p.m. It'll take 9 minutes, 2.1 miles. There's where my stepdad Earl taught school for many years at Daggett, and then he would walk down towards Willing Street and get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and then come back during lunchtime. Yep, that's Daggett. Rugged little kitty cat. No judgment. Good old off spray. There is no leaving New York. Let me on. There is no leaving. New York. There's no leaving. I'll try to release a video of my 2-minute version of my song Low Life. It could also be called double for a low life. Double for a low life. Yeah, double for a low life is in the chorus, but I just call it Low Life. Yeah, Low Life is better. Kind of like a lo-fi. It could be written like if it's a single, if it hits as a single, it could be written like a lo-fi symbol, you know, like on the record players and stuff. It says Low Life instead. Make the low big and then the F big. You know, make the E look kind of like an I. Lo-fi. Low Life. All right, looks like we got some Dutch hamburgers. It's like I think a $6 order. Right over by TCU. We'll be there at 7:33. 3 minutes, 1.1 mile. Fight them till hell freezes over. That's a nice Christian concept. All right, this Dutch burger is going to arrive at 7:43 p.m. 2 minutes, 0.7. All right, guys, this is the neighborhood my ex-high school sweetheart lived in, but it's not her house over here, thank goodness.
Hello. It's me.
All right, we got a $14 one at Mellow Mushrooms, or Mellow Mushroom. I think it's Mellow Mushroom, and it's 7:49 arrival, 4 minutes, 1.2 miles. And right down that way where the American flag is, way down there, and that I don't know what that is. Some other type of flag. I think that's where my ex-girlfriend lived. Well, high school sweetheart. Yeah, she was a high school sweetheart. I lived here for a little while. Cut my finger on a tuna fish can. I had to go to the ER. Lived right there. Always free. No lie. Amen Carter Museum. The Mellow Mushroom order is Funky Q chicken and Pretzel Bites beer. I have to read this again. All right, let's try it again. So the Mellow Mushroom order is Funky Q chicken, it's pizza, with pretzel bites with beer cheese. Right, beer cheese. That's what they call it. And that's what they got. So, more power to them. You know, they're eating better than I am. I had turkey franks with spinach and leftover pasta that Linda made. Mellow Mushroom pizza bake. These are real funky, man. It's real tripped out. Real tripped out, man. Pizza spirit. Man, it's all about the... Nah, I'm not gonna park here, dude. Yeah, let's not do that. Freaking Mercedes, probably the manager. Not me, man. I'm just dashing your order, man. I'm the casserole man, you know what I mean? It's like you can't land on the moon with a pizza and cheese, beer cheese, man. Can't land on the moon with a fraction, man. Freaking Kurtz, man, he knew pizza, man. He knew the mellow mushroom, man. He got the best stuff. You eat a pizza, man, you just want it to split like, just like that. Split in two different ways, man. You can't land on the moon with the pizza, man. Can't land on the moon with a fraction. All right, enough apocalypse now. That seems like a right shot. I'm gonna use my Grubhub bag. Foot's still hurting, but I got a kind of like an air cushion under the heel and a brace on, ankle brace. So it's trying to take pressure off the Baxter nerve. Hey, wasn't Baxter the name of Will Ferrell's dog in Anchorman? Baxter. He's probably trying to say something about the Baxter nerve. We'll talk to him about that one. Snipe Hunter. It's now available on TouchTunes. It's basically a jukebox right here. It's like, hey man, is that a life preserver? Yeah, there's Ozzy. Rest in peace, brother. You're a mellow mushroom now. What are you gonna do? Hey man, that's pretty far out, man. They got Ozzy Osbourne on the digital iTunes. Tell you whatever that thing is. Is it iTunes? So iTunes is like Tune Touch or something. It's a casserole, man, with a pizza and a beer. Maybe that's a thumbnail. Maybe he can hold the pizza. There we go. Yeah. Up there like that. There we go. It's street art, man. It's Picasso. Yeah, man. At that moment, I really talked that way. Sunset quick shot, cinematics, Kubrick. Moving on. All right, this mellow mushroom funky Q chicken with pretzels and beer cheese. Or pretzel bites and beer cheese. It's going to 8:17 arrival, 17 minutes, 12 miles. Pretzel bites. Pretzel bites. Yes, we know about the headlights are off. Pretzel bites and beer cheese. Funky Q chicken, pretzel bites, beer cheese. Yeah. You can't land on the moon with a pizza, man. Land on the moon with a fraction. Kurtz, man, he knows mellow mushroom pizza, man. Oh, shut up, Airline to Heaven. Wilka ripping off Woody Guthrie. We know Tweety has the hots for Woody Guthrie. Man, let's try it. There it goes. Right, we're gonna play Guess That Song. Here we go. And who can guess it? 3, 2, 1. You're right. War on War. Wilco. So Isabel Page is someone I kind of watch. I'm kind of a fan. I'm more of like a fan of all these vloggers, but you know, she's got like filters and these cameras. She's pulling off the Ingmar Bergman, you know, 7th Seal shots, sometimes black and white, but a little bit of color. Then there's like, none today though, but it's like, you know, the lanterns all glowing beautifully. It's all trick photography. And, well, it's not trick photography, it's just very cinematic. And then she's got like this very sullen voice. And it's a narration. And she's like, well, I left my boyfriend. Now I'm gonna go hiking. Here's my picnic basket and my hiking backpack. And, you know, She's funny. She's funny. I don't think she's trying to be funny, but it's like, wow, man, this is a deep vlog. It's one heck of a video. Like, I guess she sees these little movies. Yeah, I like all 500 of your movies. You know, Bergman only did a good 20. Scorsese only got pumped out a good 20 movies. Your 500 movies are badass. Do you script everything? You know, she knows secretly she's as ridiculous as Adam the Woo. Adam the Woo's like, as the recording of this Monday, July 28th, we're here at Disney World going to check out a new feature. I don't know anything about Disney World. Space Mountain has a new compartment, you know, where you go in this little side part where you can eat, you know. It's just for today only. And then Jacob the carpetbagger shows up. Did you see that Isabel Page? Did you see her new video? We're certainly doomed. Yeah. And she's all talking to her photography to people. I'm like, well, I use a 0.784 lens, and it has like a fisheye effect, but I only use it if I'm doing with Sony, and then I mix it with like a Canon, and then I take the filters out of it and expose the lenses so that everything's going in very color and very exposed, so it's overexposed. And my lenses go all the way up to 11. Well, why don't you just, you know, have your lenses go to 10? Well, my lens goes to 11. I think secretly we all try to find stuff that's beautiful, you know, so people can see how talented the sun is. See how beautifully talented the sun is over there? All I'm doing is holding this device and pushing a button at the same time. Look at the man walking with a dog and a leash. Now we talk of poetry. Mail the mushroom man right through you, p.s. So I tried some of Dr. Sylvester's stretching, and man, he deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. It does actually relieve a lot of the pain, but there is slight swelling on the inner side of the heel, and that's just part of either it's Baxter nerve. Pretty sure that's what I'm signaling out as Baxter nerve compression, or what they call Baxter nerve entrapment. Oh man, I gotta use the restroom. So I'm documenting this Baxter nerve compression because I don't think I've really had it before, but I noticed when I took my brace off, it was a little puffy on the inner side, but I've also noticed that there's less strain. So it's kind of a cost thing, you know. I have a compression sock that I was wearing. I took that off. It might be a little too small. So it caused it to swell up a little bit, but it also took compression off of it, because it's about the entrapment of the nerve, which means that it's not as painful to walk right now. So it was a little puffy, and I was like, oh wow. And then I took it off just naturally whenever I couldn't, you know, really take it anymore. So that might be a method. And really, to be honest, stretching it, you know, like doing these kinds of stretches, really kind of pushing down on the heel. And maybe like, I saw one of the doctors doing something like this, where he was hanging it off the side of the foot here. And it's training that nerve to go back into the tunnel. You can also push it this way too, and this way as well, which may be a really good one right there. that maybe, oh yeah, I'm really feeling the pinched nerve right there. And then a little bit like this. They said not to do that too much, but to keep it to where it's comfortable. And so it's a trade-off kind of thing, you know. It might swell a little bit in the compression sock and the brace, but it's taking compression off of it, so it's lightening the load. So you do half and half basically. And then I noticed last night when I was walking, I was like, wow, that's a major improvement after the stretching. So after you take it out of the air cast, or let's say you're wearing a compression sock, do the stretch to the outside and then the inside, 30 seconds each way, 5 times. You're supposed to do that 10 times a day. So that was Hold On by Alabama Shakes, but I don't know if it's going to hit the copyright on it. I only kind of heard it in the background. We'll find out. Usually they send me an email. They're like, you cannot monetize. Now, I don't believe that's completely true. You can monetize. You just have to share with Alabama Shakes for that particular moment. It's not the whole song. And plus, you can go on YouTube and find that song, Hold On, Alabama Shakes, anywhere on YouTube. If someone understands this copyright stuff and this like monetized stuff, let me know when it comes to music. I've been trying to avoid copyright music. That's why at the beginning of this show I played my song, which is not monetized yet, which is known as Low Life. All right, this Torchy Tacos will arrive at 9:26 arrival, 11 minutes, 10 miles.
The weight of his wind and mercy.
Soundtrack is a little weird. I went from David Crowder's He Loves Us to David Lynch's In Heaven, which, you know, this was probably a religious experience to David Lynch. To the actors, I don't know. Those burritos at Torchy Tacos, they're good. The horror. The horror. All right. Time to break a fortune cookie segment of the show. I know how all of you have been waiting so long for this. Here we go. Pomelo. Don't be afraid to take that big step. Yeah, I'm dealing with Baxter nerve entrapment. I know how that is. I got an overload of them. And today's fortune cookie break will be 2. Because I'm kind of peckish. Here we go. Wait, The road to knowledge begins with the turn of the page. Like Isabella Page. You were talking about her. Is it Isabella or Isabel? It's probably Isabella. But we were talking about her earlier. The turn of the page. Remember now. It's Isabel. I like that name. I think I had a character in Dungeons and Dragons named Isabel. Yeah, it's a cool name. Isabel Page. It was the vlogger that I was watching. Really good with the camera. Man. Nice filters. And good story. But no, today's number is. Or today's kitty is. Which we'll get back to, or we'll get to later. And Kitty loves that moment. When I say, here we go with today's kitty, my cat starts salivating. Because that means dinner time. But I like here we go with today's number. I think people will be watching that for a very long time. Especially people in Vegas that like to gamble. With mine, is it going to be Sheba or Fancy Feast? And sometimes I get the other one, the Tender Bites. It's called Temptation. Yeah, Tender Bites. They're like little meaty bites for Kitty. Got 2 of them today. They're 76 cents a piece. There's out for Panther City. Not too far from Dashmart. Gotta make a decision on where I was gonna go. What kind of pizza to pick off, to drop off for deer. Let's try that again. What kind of pizza to pick up and to drop off to a deer. Let's try it one more time. What kind of pizza to pick up to drop off at the door. That's Panther City, maybe. Or that's Panther City, baby. At times. When you're dealing with the big D. All right, looks like we caught a McDonald's for $2. So somebody forgot to shell out a freaking 50-cent coin. So they're going with the $2. No tip for you. Now we're at 0.3, and I didn't mean tit, I meant tip. No tip for you on this one. So that's even worse. But 0.3, 1 minute. We're gonna get there at 9:43 in the arrival time. They do take coins and notes. And you just order here and pick it up, or drive through. All right, this McDonald's will be traveling until 9:55 arrival, 4 minutes, 1.3 miles. I've lived in these apartments 3 times. One time with Sarah, and one time on my own until Angel rescued me, then he gave me 3 children. Then I came back here again with Linda after my divorce, and we started the Play Subscribe show in Carrollton, but we did a lot of fun stuff here, and this was one of the intros, if you remember. I used Fugazi, television. I had an intro where I had all these different like rock bands, and there's some original music. We did some original music. We were doing the Linda and Cole band. Anyway, that was this right here is I believe it's Western Hills. Let's see if it shows me. Yeah, Western Hills Boulevard and Meadow Park. That's Meadow Park for sure. I used that in Bulb. In my my feature, I did Bulb that hasn't been edited yet. One of my features. In my feature Bulb, which is kind of a narrative documentary, the car, a white Kia Rio, is parked here, and you see me jog up this way and go up the hill all the way here and turn around and come back to the car. This was part of my jogging routine right here. Towards the end of it, this slant hill where I would sprint down. And then Linda and I saw the eclipse, the last eclipse. We saw it right down there, right where the purple lights are. In that field with a bunch of other church goers.